Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome into another episode of Wiki-Wednesday. The segment, the segment where I sit down with a guest each segment, and we talk about some crazy things and use Wikipedia as our source of information. And this week I have CaptainErock with me. Hello, CaptainErock.
Oh, hi.
Yes.
How's it going?
Oh, it's good. If you guys don't know CaptainErock, he's a variety streamer on Twitch as well. He is I love going into his streams. He is hilarious. I love his absurdist humor, and it is always a good time hanging out with him. So if you haven't followed him, give CaptainErock some love. But I will say he's probably the most famously known on the internet for this single sound clip.
I'm Dumpleping.
That is CaptainErock himself.
You know, it's funny that you reached out to me to license the voice of Dumpleping, and I was happy to relieve that. I was happy to pass the torch on for the Dumpleping voice. I was very glad to do that. I appreciate you. I have my hands in a lot of buckets. It was difficult to maintain that.
You do. There's
IP. So
many buckets. Just so many. So thank you for trusting me with that character enough to take over was the thing. You know, it's hard to take over. It's like someone passing, like saying you're Mickey Mouse now, or you know, you're Kermit the Frog. So it was an honor to take that on. So thank you. But hello everybody. Hello Beaver. Hello Gordo. Hello Panda. Hello.
Hello friends.
How is everybody doing tonight? Yeah, I made Gordo a mod. He's been a mod for maybe about a week now. Maybe a week.
Oh, okay.
So yes, Gordo has the power now.
That's a good pick right there.
He has the power. Yeah, Gordo is good people. So tonight we're going to be diving into a variety of topics. Erock has a list of topics.
I mean, we won't even probably use the list. I feel like.
Yeah, true.
Maybe we will. I don't know.
True. So I asked him what he wanted to start with, and he gave me a really strong one because I had no idea.
I'll tell you what it's not. It's not Kaizo runs, though. Like, it's posted on Twitter. So you've been bamboozled on Twitter.
I forgot to change Kaizo runs. Well, I guess we have to start with Kaizo runs. Oh, crap.
Right. So basically let me tell you, like, I take these Kaiser rolls, and I like to have, like, a sauerkraut and like some pastrami.
Okay.
Maybe. Maybe maybe a provolone would be just fine for the cheese. You could get a little, maybe a Swiss, not that Swiss paste stuff like that. I don't know. We're talking real Swiss cheese, right?
But my thing, the part I don't understand, or the part I want to know about with these Kaizo runs, is you've started this sport of eating and running at the same time, because you're I'm gaining calories, but I'm also losing calories, so they equal each other out. Is that the idea there?
Right. So you need to have a balance there.
Okay.
Years of training of eating different kinds of food.
Okay.
But for the Kaiser runs,
yeah,
you just have to get enough stuff. It needs to be fresh too. You can't have, your stale bread or anything. You have to have fresh.
Okay. Fresh ingredients, fresh trails to run on. It's got to be. You can't run the same old route. You got to run a route route every time.
Sure. And if you have too much sauerkraut on it, you'll have the Kaiser runs later as well.
Oh, it can have a double meaning. Too much fermenting. Well, it could be a good or a bad thing depending on how regular you've been. So there we go. We did talk about Kaiser runs, so now the tweet is
now
no longer
I'm the liar.
Yeah.
Now I'm the liar.
But hi Slake, how are you? Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. But the true topic we were going to start today, because I didn't update the tweet all the way, is Taekwondo. Was the first thing that
really
said off of his list, and I'm going to be honest with you, I have no idea how to spell it.
It's
TAE.
It's no. Well, there's a few. It's like TAE, and then sometimes they put a space. Sometimes it's not space. Like KWON.
DO.
And then DO.
Autofilling. They know what I want. All right, Taekwondo.
Right.
Okay, it's Korean martial art characterized by punching and kicking techniques with emphasis on head height kicks. Oh, geez. Jumping, spinning kicks, and fast kicking techniques.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your experience with Taekwondo?
Taekwondo was my folks' attempt to get me to do something to protect myself from bullies.
Okay.
Because back then, I wasn't a sports guy. I was a football. I wasn't baseball sports guy. I was doing some Kaizo runs in Mario or something. I don't know. But,
okay. I wish my parents had equipped me with that. I grew up studying ballet pretty extensively for about 10 years.
Really?
Yeah. It's from age like 5 to 15 pretty much.
Okay.
Was a lot of ballet. Like I'm talking like 3-4 classes a week.
Wow.
Yeah, I did tap, jazz, ballet. So that didn't get me in as much trouble as you would think at school. Like a lot of people just didn't know about it, or they didn't care, which was really cool. That's something that I was like, this is probably something I would be bullied for.
I know this is supposed to be focused my way, but so do you feel like, was there any situation in your life you're like, because of ballet, you were able to sidestep this moving van that was about to hit you or something?
Was
there anything? Do you feel like it helped you with?
My balance and coordination is still really good. If something knocks me off, and I think I've talked about it, and I think maybe you've heard me talk about this before, that it directly relates to puppetry. 100%. Ballet and puppetry, pun optional, goes hand in hand. But ballet is all movement through the wrist, and so is puppetry. Like puppetry, when you're performing a character, it's all movement through the wrist. So my ballet training is definitely used for puppetry. Yeah. That's one of the first things I noticed when I went to Disney and they put me through a workshop was, like they're going through all the different rules and like how you look and how the neck is supposed to move and leading through the wrist. And I was like, oh my God, like this makes complete, I got this. Like I know this. So yeah, really
so yeah, I would say so with Taekwondo, like I have a lot of memories from it.
Yes.
So to earn your belts, you'd have to go to competitions, right?
Okay.
So yes. I was very comfortable doing that, and nothing super eventful from it, but fighting other people was really weird.
Yeah.
Also, the first biggest challenge was fighting a girl. I didn't want to do it anymore, and that's when I stopped. Like,
Okay.
I did that fight or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just felt really like it was the long time ago's, and that just didn't feel right to me. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I talked to Mom. I'm like, Mom, we're done with the Taekwondo.
Also, hi gals. Like, how high did you get in your ranks? Like, I don't know the colors.
Oh, not very far. I think it was just like yellow belt. So I think it was like the first competition thing. It was the first. I think yellow was the first. Like, we'd have to look this up.
But do you have to fight somebody?
First 2 threes. Yeah, you fight other people. Yeah, it's not.
I always thought I always thought it was like a series of like, can you break this board? Can you jump kick this high? Can you do that? Okay, now you're blue.
Yeah,
you know,
you wear some special. You wear gear that's like helps protect you or whatever, but still, like, it's physical contact too. So
okay. So were you regularly like sparring people in class?
Not generally, like, there wasn't a lot of sparring. No,
Okay.
It was mostly just it was more about like discipline and like, you know, like Rex Kwon Do. You've seen Napoleon Dynamite, right?
Oh,
It's exactly like that.
Okay.
So imagine that. It was basically that
It's like
for some youngins.
yeah.
And yeah, like basically earning respect and like following a process, I suppose.
Yeah,
And not like testing it out on your sister coming down the stairs because you know how to fight going up or downstairs.
No, of course not.
It would not be that.
Is that what you did though?
Yeah, but that's the first and last time I ever hit my sister.
I used to practice wrestling moves on my
tell you the
sister.
amount of guilt that I had
Oh.
was never higher than that moment.
Oh.
Mm.
I used to like body slam Caitlin like onto the couch though, but she loved it.
Oh, okay.
Like
Okay.
she'd be like, "Yeah, do the thing. Yeah, do it again. No, now do this one." So we like practice like wrestling moves like from the WWF and stuff on the couch. But she was like, "That's fun."
That's a fun.
But yeah, she's like, she was just getting like thrown around, and she's like, "I love it," you know. But I haven't done the Taekwondo. No hard striking or anything.
No, it's a certain style. It's just a certain style. There's a lot of, you know, martial arts styles, but it's very like I even remember I can remember the blocking and stuff. Like it's like built in.
So you can still like if someone like comes at
I
you.
suppose I would if I thought, you know, yeah, I think maybe like I don't know. It wouldn't be great. I'd probably get my ass kicked. I'm not looking to get in any fights, so.
I like Sleeks because of my 3 days of karate. I totally relate to this conversation. I lasted 2 days in high school wrestling.
Okay. I went for a while. It was
Like
it was a
years?
few tournament things. Several years. Yeah, a couple years of it.
Okay. Yeah, my shortest stint was 2 days in high school wrestling.
Okay.
Like,
Now that is tough.
yeah, but because of that, I feel like I understand the WWE more. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm related to those guys.
Yeah. There may be a lot of drama around that stuff, but those guys are getting hurt.
Right?
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, they're taking full-on concussions and things.
Yeah.
It's rough. At one point, I wanted to be a wrestler.
Mhm.
At one point, did you want to be the next Bruce Lee or anything?
No, absolutely not. No. It was more just about, I don't know, self-preservation, I guess.
Okay. What did you want to
It
do?
was fun. Oh man, I don't.
Like when you were
Everything. So much stuff. Like I wanted to be like, honestly,
okay.
probably like a zoologist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Study some animals.
Yep. Totally.
Did you take any steps in that direction, or was that just like an I want?
I mean, I got the wildlife treasury cards as a kid, delivered monthly.
Oh yeah. I used to do print work for National Geographic.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was like their brochure, and I did some like billboard photo shoots for them back in the day.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to those cards, but I cherished the crap out of them things. It was a great day getting those wildlife treasury cards in the mail and learning about these species. I'm like, why did I get minnow? I got minnow?
I guess I gotta cross my fingers for next week, I guess. I guess today I'm learning about minnows. So what other stuff did young E-Rock do?
Young E-Rock was, what did Young E-Rock do? Young E-Rock, let's see, Taekwondo, I like sports stuff, like music stuff. When I was young, I had I'll relate to some puppet stuff. I had an animal drum set when I was a kid. Like, I'm talking like kindergarten age, whatever the age that is.
Like 6,
7,
somewhere around
6?
there. 5, 6,
Sounds
7.
about right.
Yeah. Okay. And what?
I'm glad I never stuck with drums, though. That wasn't me.
Really?
That was me making noise. Yeah.
But I always wish I had. I wish I'd been able to take up the drums. If I could play an instrument really well, I'd want to play the drums.
Oh yeah, I'd love to be able to do drums. I'd love to be able to do all instruments. Like, I'm super jealous of everybody that plays instruments well. It's I don't know.
Do you play? I know you do like the acapella stuff on your streams. Do you play instruments as well?
Yep. Saxophone, alto saxophone, baritone saxophone, piano.
Oh.
I don't know how to play piano anymore, but I did. I have good piano stories. But yeah, baritone. Like so you start with this thing. This is my actual first school instrument.
Yes, a recorder.
Yeah, it's not a recorder. This is a tonette, but it's that's what it's called. It's I don't know. You can look. It's on Wiki. You can see a tonette if you want to.
Oh, I'm going.
It's TONETTE. Let's take a look.
Tonettes.
Yep.
Okay.
There they are.
There's a bunch of them. Okay.
That's the.
A Stubbin Swanson is a Swanson tonette.
This is a. Let me get my old man eyes out here. Patent pending. Yeah, it's a Swanson.
Swanson.
Made in the USA.
End-blown flute made of plastic, which was once popular in American elementary school music education.
Yes.
Though the tonette has been superseded by the recorder in many areas due to their price, durability, and simplicity, plastic tonettes are still in use in elementary schools around the nation.
Still in use today on twitch.tv/CaptainErock.
Yes, you can find them. Can you place a little tune?
No.
Fair enough. The battery's not charged? Oh. Yes.
Sure.
Yes!
Yeah, sure I can. Of course. Play some Slayer. I should learn some Slayer. That'd be pretty excellent. That's a really good idea.
So learn some like Metallica, some Slayer, some like System of a Down.
Oh damn, these are really good ideas.
Yeah.
Thank you for fueling my YouTube content.
Do they have electric tonettes? Is that a thing?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I have electric kazoo though. No, I've just got a microphone I can plug in, but I don't know where that is right now.
They want to know if I wanted to know Electron turret. I don't think electric tonette is a thing.
Probably not. That would be a stretch.
I mean, they have electric banjos. I play.
That would be like a recorder. Now I also have a recorder here, so this would be more your recorder situation.
I remember those.
So yeah, so that's your recorder. Yeah, often people say I usually don't correct. Like if somebody says this is it's a recorder, I'm like, yeah, totally.
Like, sure.
I'm not gonna have that battle over that.
Whenever I was in elementary school, I always tried to avoid the recorder because I did not like that it went into other people's mouths.
Oh.
So I always tried to get the claves. I tried to get the. I want the sticks that you like clack together.
Oh yeah.
Or my favorite was the beads on the rotating like little. That was the coveted.
Cool.
That was the coveted one that everybody wanted.
Yeah, we had our own. I don't remember ever having to share one. So it's an interesting. Yeah. School. Your school is scary.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of money. Everybody did not own their own recorder. No, it was a group instrument music class.
No, so the music teacher like assesses people and they have you try instruments and stuff. And she wanted me to play the trombone.
Okay.
Very badly, and I'm just like, no, I want to play the saxophone. Basically, no community recorders, but.
I was always fascinated by the like brass instruments, but the spit cup always grossed me out.
Oh yeah.
Do saxophones have that? I know trumpets and trombones do.
Yes, they have a spit valve. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit. Like you would get some spit down in there. You take care of it.
Yeah. I'd always.
Or you're like thinking about a trumpet, right?
Yeah, like trombones where they like you have that thing at the end of the.
Oh yeah, it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
gross.
That alone kept me from wanting to touch the instrument. I had to think about spit and stuff.
So with the saxophones, you could have your own mouthpiece. Like if you were using somebody else's saxophone, so you'd have your own reed. It's a reeded instrument, so it has a reed on the mouthpiece. I forget what the mouthpiece actually called. Something for sure. I can't remember what it's called. It's been a long time.
You can just like attach it and put the other one in.
For sure or something.
Okay. I guess yeah. I never had to take band class. I did take guitar class in 7th grade, but band was always an optional. I think it was either you had to take choir or band, and I was always in choir.
Yeah, we ended up with so many alto sax players that they asked me to move to the baritone sax so we could have more bass stuff in the band.
Okay.
And so I did do that. So I was the only baritone saxophone player. It was fun.
And you've kept up with it throughout the.
No, not at all. I wish I wouldn't have sold my saxophone. The baritone was the school's baritone, but it was my own mouthpiece and nobody else used it.
Okay.
Like I cleaned it and I used it during that time, and then that was it.
Okay.
But.
So are there any instruments you play currently other than your Tonet recorder?
No, I don't have anything here. I mean, I have guitars here, but I don't know how to play them. Like I can play some chords.
Yeah, I wish I'd stuck with guitar. That's like you took choir too. That music note thing, you rock it. You rock that. The music note thing.
Oh, like the automaton.
What's an automaton?
Oh, you might want to look that one up.
Yeah.
You might want to look that one up. It's with the O.
Oh, is it this?
Yeah, it's that.
Oh my god, it's like the singing note saxophone.
Oh, yeah.
You have one of these?
Yeah, I don't know where it is. I cannot find the damn thing.
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
I need
god.
Yep.
Is an electric musical synthesizer. It's developed by Japan by the Cube Toy Company, led by the brothers. Okay, so this came out in 2009.
Yeah. Like they have a pro version I could hook up to the mixer and everything. And like I was real close to how much do I want to invest in an automaton? Like I was real close to doing that. I'm like, no.
What is
I'm good, no.
What is the price range? Hold on, hold on. What is this? The Automaton Jumbo, a much larger version, played side-slung like a guitar and incorporating a clamp to use to squeeze the mouth, originally used only at demonstration events. In 2020, Maiwa Denki offered the Automaton Jumbo custom-made on their public online store, and it cost approximately $3,000.
Whoa. I did not spend $3,000 on an automaton.
Good lord. How much is the one that you can plug into your mixer?
I think it was around 90 at the time I looked at it.
Oh, okay. That's not bad at all. I was thinking, can you play like full-on songs on this thing?
Yeah, you just so basically if you play by ear, which is mostly what I do, you can you just play by ear. You would totally be able to do it. I have faith you could. You could totally do it.
I'm gonna take a note of this.
So it's just like you just because you're going down to that tone, and then once you hit that note, you're gonna stop there and then find the other notes. But
okay,
it's pretty fun. It's pretty cool. Also super annoying. So like you want to use it sparingly if you're gonna do it on stream. I'm gonna be honest with you.
You don't want to have a band or anything,
right? I don't know.
I think
maybe go on get some Omegle reactions to automaton.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Near automaton, I think you have to play it by mouth. I'm okay with playing it. I don't want to share. I don't want to share anything. I'll play an instrument by mouth, no problem, as long as it's mine. Like I've probably bought a good 10 harmonicas over the years. I don't know what happened to any of them. I don't know how to play the harmonica, but I've bought harmonicas.
I don't think I ever had a harmonica. I've always wanted one though.
Yeah, harmonica is a good one. But I mean, I basically can only imitate a train. I can't really play any songs.
Similar concept though, like going up and down the scale to find the notes you want to hit and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, the hard part is like finding exact mouth positions. That's for sure. Like I'm always like, I'm in the general area, so that's okay. But I've never been able to play anything worth it.
So yeah. So some piano as well. My piano teacher was a very old woman named Lou. Her name was Lou, and I paid her via McDonald's Filet-O-Fish sandwiches. That was my payment to her to learn piano.
Yes, I used to mow lawns for voice lessons. Like I mowed my voice teacher's lawn once a week, so that got me a voice lesson once a week.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
That's like old school bartering, right?
Right? It's like you guys like she was like in her 70s. I'm like, and her husband was older, and I was like, I can mow the lawn. She's like, okay, that'll get you a voice lesson.
That's great.
I used to trade that off.
Filet-O-Fish is classy.
Filet-O-Fish though, yeah.
Yeah, I'd bring her Filet-O-Fish, and then she'd fall asleep during my playing. So I tried to find ways to surprise her awake.
Yeah. Do you have any? Okay, go ahead.
So before I took the lessons, like I learned how to play La Bamba, right?
Okay.
So like,
yeah.
I did the whole like act like I don't know anything about piano, and then suddenly play La Bamba. She was not impressed, by the way. So it probably wasn't good, but it was great for me. For me, it was great.
I lasted like I took piano for like maybe 2 months, and I gave up. I wish I just found a new teacher, but I gave up because the teacher really wanted me to learn jazz. And I was a kid, like maybe, and like as an adult I want to know jazz, but like when I was like 10, 11 years old, I had no interest in it, and he kept trying to teach me this tune, and I just never remembered it and never practiced it, and then he'd always be mad at me the next time I showed up.
Passionate about jazz. So I did a jazz band after school. I was in an after school band, jazz band, but when it got to marching band, I quit band. Okay. I was not doing that. Like no.
You're like, nope. I will run and eat sandwiches, but I will not march and play an instrument at the same. There's a line I draw.
The outfits were super dorky, and I could not handle it.
Marching band?
Oh yeah, it was bad.
Were you like, this is where my Taekwondo is going to be challenged?
Yeah, I'm gonna need my nice feather hat. Yeah. I'm gonna need to be able to utilize that into my Taekwondo moves.
Yeah, like I've been training for this. Like I don't know, Erock always comes to Taekwondo class with a feather in his hand. he's very adamant about me teaching him how to use it. How do I use this? I don't remember seeing much like other than pep rallies, and I didn't really see our band much. We had a decent band in high school, but I don't know. I came from a school where like nobody really got into trouble with anybody else. Like it was a pretty peaceful time. For like we had football players who did the musical, like and wrestlers. Like we always had a few athletes who would come by and do the musical every year. It was like a thing. So like ours was pretty legit. We didn't have much for bullies.
Yeah, I didn't get into like the drama stuff either at school. I have friends that did like tech and stuff, and some that did the drama. And then, you know, I shouldn't have been so afraid of it then, because like some even jocks would like join the drama and do stuff too. So it was actually pretty good for that at my school, but it just didn't interest me that much at the time.
Would you do it now?
Oh yeah, I wish I would have did it but like. Young Erock is scaredy pants Erock. Erock now doesn't give a crap what people think about him.
Yeah, so like when things open back up, would you be like, I want to go do a show?
I don't know, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I would come visit to see Captain Erock.
I don't know.
I'll
try things.
Like Erock in like Sound of Music or something, I would totally go.
Oh wow.
I'd be like, let's do this. Hi Dreadhill, how are you?
Hey Dreadhill.
My football team I played with in high school all played WoW. There you go. They didn't have WoW when I was in high school. I didn't have that one when I was back in my day. Hello. How are you, Dreadhill? How are things?
I can imagine that raid. Like, we're gonna go in shotgun formation into the here.
Coming up with plays after football practice. So healer is here. Tank is here. We got rangers on the back. They're gonna circle in this way. Tank is gonna take them. That would be good. I would like that. What other things do you have on your list, good sir?
Oh man, I'll just run down all the sports thing I ever did. We're interested in. Like, I played a sport called paddleball. Do you know what it looks like? Racquetball.
Okay.
So I don't know if they'll actually be paddle. Oh, sport. I saw a sport.
You trying to tell me that this is a sport?
No, that's not that. I don't know if it was. And I was passionate about that, but I wish I was. Now, looking back, it'll probably be a better story.
I'm going pro.
Yeah, I guess it'd be like racquetball or paddleball. I think it's the same thing. Same arena. It's like a tennis court, but it's in a room where you're both on the same side, and you hit it against the wall. It comes back at you.
Oh, like one-sided tennis, or like tennis against the wall.
Yeah, I was into that for a while. It was really fun.
Yeah, this stuff.
Yeah, it's super hard. Yes, this. I 100% that.
Yeah, I had a gym that had racquetball courts, and I would just go into an empty one and hit a ball for like 5 minutes, and then be like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then I would leave.
Oh, great, but we were good enough that I don't know, when we had gym class, like playing like badminton or whatever, I feel like I got some skills from that and beat all the jocks. You know?
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh man, did they hate that?
Where did you play racquetball when you did that?
It was just in the school gym. We had to have like PE class, gym class. It was in the morning. In my high school, I think it was freshman year.
But they had racquetball courts?
The gym, yeah, we could put them up, yeah.
Oh my god.
Pretty big gym.
This is the one that
they'd have like four. Not racquetball. It'd be like a badminton net. So volleyball, badminton.
Okay.
Net.
I do love some good old badminton. That's a great 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
Badminton? Badminton.
Yeah.
Yeah, badminton's a good time.
Yeah, just smacking that shuttlecock, right?
Yes. Sleep I played a ton of racquetball in college, but look, I could imagine living above one of those places and come down to explain what's all the racket. So racquetball Erock. Okay, what other kind of Erocks we got?
I don't know. Swimming. I used to swim a lot, but that isn't super exciting. Cross country skiing.
You cross country
scared to go downhill skiing, I guess. I don't know, but it was exercise.
I've only been skiing once. I loved it. I just never went again. I'd never been, and my aunt and uncle went, and they had a timeshare, so they took us and the cousins, and it was great.
Yeah, we have some neat parks around here where there's these paths, and people will take them, and you can. It's nice when people have already been down them with cross country skis, because you can your skis kind of just follow the tracks.
Okay.
That's a really. I don't know. It's super cold out, but you're super warm, and it's a really good workout.
Is it like the I imagine like the motions of like an elliptical when you're doing cross? Is that what that is?
Yeah. And you're like, you're gliding along. It's pretty, like, it clears your mind. It's yeah, I kind of miss that.
Like an active meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like exercise to me until you were done, and you're like, whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, you're moving pretty quick through a beautiful landscape or whatever, right?
So you move fast?
Yeah, pretty quick. You move pretty quick. I mean, not that fast, but faster than walking.
I've always looked at this and been like, I never really like understood the appeal of it. Like, I've never spent much time researching it, but I'm like, it always just think somebody's like walking through the snow with skis on, and I'm like, okay, like, so why would you want to do that?
Yeah, so the bottom of the skis are like scaled. So like if you're going uphill, there's like little things to grab.
Oh,
so
like cleats?
Backwards, kind of, a little bit. Just it looks like scales, and then like so you can go downhill a little bit, but not a lot.
Here's a video of someone showing a variety of techniques.
Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a big wide. Yeah.
Okay.
That's not normally how I would do it, but yeah, going around corners and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, there's the straight ahead, just kind of moving along. You're not really pushing too much with I guess you push with the sticks. Yeah, the sticks help you out. Yeah, that's not the style I normally do. I like following the path going forward.
Yeah, this definitely feels like I'm doing this more for a workout than anything else.
Yeah,
like,
this looks more like skating moves.
That's how I would do it.
Yeah, just going down.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's my technique. I'm going whichever way is the most downhill.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be me going uphill, the guy in the blue. This is kind of like...
That's fine.
These people get it.
Downhill both ways.
Yeah. Look, I'm just going to go down the hill again.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. To me, it just always looked like an extreme workout. I was like, those people are intense. People want to walk with them.
Pretty relaxing. It's pretty fun, actually.
I don't know.
It's a lot of it's a workout though. It really is. It's a workout you don't think about. Kind of like shoveling the driveway. It's like a lot of work. You can overextend yourself if you're not careful.
Gosh, yeah. I was trying to see if I could see any like the cleat things on here, but
yeah, they're just showing the top stuff. But yeah, they're pretty thin. Yeah, they're not wider like the downhill skis.
Where's the
the foghorn? I don't.
They want. Gordo wants this. From Sleek Mouse saying, I feel like this call could easily go downhill.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Those people are intense. They look like they were outside. It did look intense. I used to snowboard. Okay, I've never gone snowboarding.
Have you done that?
Yeah, putting both feet on one board, that's anxiety for me.
Yeah. Downhill. My downhill experience was like me crashing into a gate on the smallest hill at the bottom because I didn't really get instructions on how to downhill ski. It was a tragedy.
Oh,
tragedy.
I went skiing.
I'm glad I didn't break anything. Just my ego and
pride.
A lot of purpose.
When the time I went skiing, I was like maybe 20. I wiped out a bunch of times and it never hurt. Which surprisingly,
I ran into a fence at the bottom of the hill. It kind of went. There was a hill back up, a real pretty sharp hill, so it slowed me down a bit.
Yeah,
but there's definitely a fence there that didn't feel so great.
How old were you when that happened?
Probably around 18.
Okay. Like yesterday.
Yeah.
It's yesterday. So you've gone cross-country skiing. Do you do that often, or is that?
No, the boots I have for it kind of like disintegrated. I still have the skis. I don't know if I can get the same kind of boots for it, but.
Okay. But when you had it, was that like a regular thing you would do, like in the winter time?
For a while, yeah. I did it probably for about 5 years. Pretty consistently in the winter.
Okay.
And then I would do like some inline skating in the summer.
Okay.
So your rollerblade style skating. I haven't done that in so long though.
I used to love rollerblading.
Yeah.
Rollerblades. I forget. We were talking about rollerblades. I think it was.
Yeah, right out of high school. Like I rollerblade like every day, like out on the trails.
And now, like, rollerblading, like, is very niche, but it used to be like everybody did it.
Yeah.
Like in the 90s and stuff, like, rollerblading was like the thing to do. Getting snowplowed by a 10-year-old. who yelled "out of the way, old man," ended my skiing my career. Out of the way, old man.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've seen a few rollerbladers in like the last year or so, like around the park. I live by a park, and I'll see one every once in a while, but not nearly as much as I used to see growing up. Like everybody was doing it. All the cool kids were doing it.
We have a nice like bike hiking, rollerblading trail that goes around like our city pretty significantly around it and through some park. It's pretty nice.
Wonderful. And then I want to talk a little bit about your streaming adventure.
Okay.
If you're interested in talking about that.
Sure.
Like what got you into it?
Let's see.
And like, when did you start? And
it was 2013.
2013?
2014? No, okay. No. It's 2008.
Wait, what?
2008. First stream was 2008. It was 2008. It was Guitar Hero.
Okay.
With the Xbox 360 camera.
Okay.
And it was on Justin TV.
Okay.
And it was let's see here. Let's see. It was this long ago. Hold on. You have this? Let's see. Do you have that here? No.
Oh no,
Maybe
I
not.
don't.
I don't think so. All right.
Oh.
But yeah, 2008. I think it was. I created the account and did it, and like, I just ended up just watching people. It didn't grab me like, oh, I could do this all the time. I don't think maybe one or two people ever filtered in, if any, to watch it. But what I did is I taped the camera to the end of the fretboard on the Guitar Hero controller, and I had like cool lights in the room, like some stage lighting.
Oh, okay.
Flashing around, and like I would aim the camera toward the TV and stuff, and it had fog in the room.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay. I think this needs to be recreated in 2021.
Right?
I think
I should do that.
You'd be like, "This is
I
what
can't do that, like, cause like DMCA stuff now. Like, it's just not gonna happen.
Oh yeah! Dang.
I'll put it to MIDI music or something.
Yeah. do it to your acapella tracks.
Right.
The DMCA stuff. Well, that's cool. And then so 2008 was your first stream. Was that just like a one-off?
Yeah, that was kind of one-off, and then it was around 2014. I did a couple streams of like Diablo 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta like tape off this room if I want to use that smoke machine in here, fog machine in here. Otherwise, the smoke alarms, it like filters out through the house and sets off.
It just adds to the show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
People beating down the doors with axes and trying to get you out and like pulling you away while you're playing.
Right.
And that's all part of the experience.
So yeah, I did like, so it was like 2014. I did some Diablo 3, maybe like I'm trying to think what else there might have been.
Was this like with a camera set up and?
Yeah, this would be with a camera, really bad microphone, really bad, everything, like the microphone too far away, like all kinds of mistakes, of course. Right? How would you know until you know?
Yeah, you have to start with something.
Yeah. So, every time you'd hit the desk, it's all loud noise and so much stuff. But yeah, it was like that, and maybe like Bayonetta or something. Okay. And then I did. It's probably 2020. It just didn't stick then either. Really, it was just kind of a thing to do because I had the computer at the time. I think 2014, 15, I think around 16, I would start doing it more hobbyish as with a group of friends that were on streaming once in a while as well. And like I would do a Halloween thing every Halloween. So there were like 4 or 5 years in a row we did a Halloween event thing.
Cool.
And we would like, take turns and host each other as we move through the Halloween event.
So you just was playing like horror games, or like were you all together, or?
we would just watch each other and then pass the baton, and somebody else would do something scary, kind of a thing.
Okay. So you've been going. You've been. I thought because
and so not serious at all. Like 16 until 20, sometime in 2017. Toward the end of 2017, I was really interested in is this something I want to do more of? And I just did like a month straight of streaming to see every day in a month to see at the end of that month if I liked doing it.
Yeah.
If I wanted to pursue it or not, and Because it turned into Twitch affiliate pretty much right after doing that, and then
when did you go to Mixer? Because
it was like 6 months after Twitch affiliate. I'm like, what about this Mixer place?
Okay.
What about there though?
Yeah.
Is the greener grass over there or what?
Because I met you on Mixer, I think fall of 2018.
Mm-hmm. That sounds right.
Because then you became partnered. You were partnered over there early 2019?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you've been on there for maybe a year and a half at that point?
No. So it would have been, I was partnered in 9 months or something.
9 months? Oh yeah, because you said 6 months of Twitch and then over to Mixer.
Yeah, I went there June or July. July 11th was my first official Mixer date, because July 10th was my last Twitch one. I remember that.
Got it. I think my first was September 6th? 4th? No, September 4th of 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just from my Xbox. You never forget your first. But I met you over there, and I was I think Daisy maybe hosted into you, or Socket, or somebody.
Yeah, I remember seeing Socket's logo without going and visiting the stream. I'm like, oh, I like that logo, and then just never watched a stream for a while. Then I don't remember how I found Socket, but I ended up watching him play Graveyard Keeper.
Okay.
And I don't know if Daisy was there or how I found Daisy, but
Daisy was probably because Daisy introduced me to Socket.
Okay.
I met Socket through Daisy, and I met Nedge through Socket.
Yeah.
And that's when it all just started lacing together.
Oh yeah, so interesting enough, I did Mixer research well before I even moved at Mixer. As soon as Xbox bought Mixer, I made sure I had my name and stuff over there. Mm-hmm. Or Beam, and then made it Mixer or whatever. But I would watch. There's some folks that I followed way long a time ago, Marichu was one of them that I followed way before Variety Pack or anything. But just she was a variety content creator, and I just lurk a lot. So
yeah, it's interesting to see who you gravitate towards,
mm-hmm.
and then there's so many streamers, but I mean there's probably a good 10 or so that I see regularly. And I can't pinpoint what it is about their content, because sometimes it's just something completely different for each person, or it's oh, what kind of mood am I in? Oh, then I'm gonna go watch this person, or maybe I'm in this mood.
What are they playing? Oh, they hate this kind of game. I gotta go watch that. And,
but I really enjoy the streaming just community in general.
Yeah. I'm super thankful for Mixer ever being a thing.
Yeah. And how are you liking things back here on Twitch now?
That's pretty good. Yeah, I think things are all right. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same.
It's been pretty consistent with everything for the last, 5 months or so. Things have settled, and I think it's where it's at, and hopefully grows, but we'll see.
And then what were you doing before you started streaming? Because I know at one point you weren't doing it full time.
We rollerblading,
cross-country skiing,
paddleball, racquetball, taekwondo, playing the saxophone. This is not a lie. So I don't know. I can talk about my jobs that I've had. There's not many. There's 2.
What was
first job was Big Boy.
Ops Big Boy?
What?
Yeah?
Big Boy. Yeah, Elias Brothers. No, it's Elias Brothers, not Bob's Big Boy. It's Elias Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Similar.
I don't know. Elias,
Yeah.
Elias Big Boy.
Just put. Yeah, I think it's Elias Brothers.
Big Boy restaurants.
Yeah, just Big Boy restaurants.
Oh, they're not called Bob's
Yeah.
Big Boy anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I worked for them for several years. I started with the whole high school bus boy, and then moved into. I did everything there, maintenance, truck, cooking. I became a trainer there for pretty much everything that wasn't wait staff. So.
Oh, I've never been to a Big Boy. I didn't know they had like servers and stuff.
Yeah, it's like a.
I always thought it was like more of like a McDonald's thing.
Homey food, kind of like your American food kind of place.
Okay. And then what did you do after that?
I made it big in the .com. I got a job at an ISP.
Okay.
And worked there for a lot of years. Doing basically like call center stuff.
Okay.
And then like kind of managing call center people, and then taking a severance package.
and now
many years. Now I'm streaming full time, but probably gonna have to supplement that with some work here soon. So.
What do you want to? If you were to go back into work, what would you want to do?
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know what that is.
I'm struggling with that too. It's like, especially like after all this COVID stuff. I'm like, I probably couldn't go back. I mean, I was bartending before. I was like, that's probably not gonna be the same. So I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, that'd be like. So it still like feels like it's gonna be throttled for a long time anyway, right? So how do you make that bartender money if everybody has to be spread out and you can only have so many people, and like that doesn't make you money as a bartender.
Nope. It's all about volume. So and I'm like
packing as many people in there as possible.
So right now I'm like, I don't have any other like things that I could fall back. I mean, people don't need puppeteers right now. It's like there's all other things that I've done. I mean, I'm pretty much doing everything that I've learned. I've put into my streaming stuff, and but it's not really viable anywhere right now. So it's like how do you plan for something that you just you don't know?
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, that's a struggle right now for me, I'm sure. So trying to find something that'll fit. Maybe it'd be cool to work from home, but also be cool to not have to work from home too.
Yeah.
Be nice to go somewhere, but man, the times right now.
Yeah, I think if I worked from home, it'd have to be a job where I have a dedicated office, and at the end of the day, I can like close the door and walk away.
I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, it's not something. It would be a room where it's like it's an isolated room in a part of the house where I don't walk through it, or there's no pass through, no nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like that's
put your time there because then you're just there the whole time.
Yeah, I would have to put myself in that mentality. I would not be able to do. I don't think I'd be able to like see it all the time. I don't think I'd be able to separate myself from it if I didn't do that. But I don't know. I guess that's a problem for future me. That'd be hard. I would definitely shy away from any kind of call center situation again. I've done the whole gamut, the taking the calls, to like taking the pissed off people calls, to I just I've done enough of that. I'm very thankful for that job, but also I can't do that anymore. I don't think I could either. Like the thing is, the guy I've always said, like I don't want to like have to cold call anybody, because I was like, I don't like getting cold calls. So I was like, so I don't want to do that. But at the same time, like that's like the most readily available job right now.
Sure.
Is because you can do it from home. So for me right now, I'm like, that's like the only job option I have that I think would have any sort of job security for at least the next few years.
Yeah.
I think anything that I would do that would require me to physically be somewhere is just automatically off the table. That'd be the healthy way to handle it. As someone who worked from home, trust me, escalations is a hoot.
Yeah, I did a lot of escalation stuff.
What are escalations?
Like, it's a nice way to say talking to the pissed off customers.
Oh, okay. I currently work 50-50. I've learned I definitely prefer telework. Like working with telework, working from home. I don't know any of these. I don't know terms.
I guess that's what it is too. And like, I think some things, generate, some things probably work pretty good, and some things might not so much, right? It depends on the person's work ethic as well. If it's just them watching Netflix and barely scraping by doing their actual job, I don't know.
Yeah.
If they're getting their work done, cool.
So let's take a journey down your venture into video games. What was the first console you ever owned?
First console, a Magnavox TV with a Pong controllers on it.
Magnavox TV.
It's
a Magnavox Odyssey?
Wasn't the Odyssey. Odyssey was an actual console. Like the first, I think, if not. I think that might have been the first, wasn't it? Or no? It's pretty early on, but it was...
Was this one that, like, you would just Is this one where you like tape the things up to the TV screen?
No, this one actually had controllers that plugged into the back of the TV.
Okay.
And had a channel separate for Pong. And Pong would come up, and you'd have two pedals, red and blue, with like one, maybe a button and a dial thing. I don't remember what the button did, if it started the game over or something. But there were just two dial paddles.
How would you access the channel?
I don't remember. I think it was this is before probably remote control, so like
yeah.
Let's see if I can find an image. It wasn't the built-in Odyssey game. It was, I'm pretty sure Magnavox was...
The earliest one I remember, like the earliest one that I owned was the regular Nintendo, but I had a friend who had the one where you tape the things up to the TV screen, because they didn't have like the level layouts, so that's how you would know the borders and everything, was by taping these see-through screen things up to the TV and then move the character through those. But I think those had some sort of remote control. I think it even had like numbers on it and stuff, if I remember, like almost like a telephone paddle.
Yeah, I found an image on Reddit.
Okay. Can you send it to me in the Discord?
Mm-hmm.
Discord, why don't you want to open up?
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so that was the first device we had that did video game type stuff.
My Discord is not opening. Maybe it's still running somewhere and I need to close it out completely.
I mean, we're talking through it, right? So
yeah. There's like a bunch of Discords open.
Well, while you're looking for that, yeah, we had my dad had an Atari 800 computer.
Okay.
It was There's a lot of cool stuff on that. We had a magazine subscription, and they would have games.
Okay. I think I got it. I may have lost you for a second. But I think I got it. 1 second.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Okay, I got you back.
Great.
And then, yeah, okay. And then, oh, what? Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it looked like. 100%. Yeah, I can't remember that button at the top pushed it over to the game or what, but yeah, it was built in. Look at the bottom. I think they have a VHS recorder, rewinder down there.
Yeah.
Down
Oh
the
yeah.
bottom right. Be kind, rewind.
But they also have a DVD player. That silver one is silver box is a DVD player.
Yeah, this is like they probably are collectors. I would bet.
Yeah, they have VH. Yeah, that is a VCR. But yeah, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, you went on to Nintendo. Were you Sega? Were you PlayStation?
Yeah, NES and PlayStation, and then Xbox, but not a lot. No Segas until I did get a Dreamcast, but it was after they discontinued Dreamcast.
Because wasn't the thing with Dreamcast that you could like pirate a whole bunch? It's easy to pirate or something like that.
I think that's I don't. Yeah, there was an easy. People would just burn the disc a certain way, and you could just play whatever or something. It was way too easy. You didn't even have to mod the console or anything. The old CD burners. Yeah, so Atari 800 for the computer was the computer we had. Yes, that's it.
Yep. Would you hook this up to your TV?
Yes. Yes, you would. You would hook that up to a TV, and the front ports there are your standard Atari stick controllers with the one button.
Okay.
In right where the Atari 800 is, there's that panel opens up, and there's cartridges you could put in there too. So some games were on cartridges. You can have a separate disk drive. As what we had. We had a separate tape drive and a disk drive later on. But it used to use like cassette tapes for games as well.
And what would you use the keyboard for?
You could program, like it was a computer, like you could program stuff and save programs. So my first program was not on this computer though. It was on a different computer, but that was the Commodore 64. That was my first computer.
Oh yeah. I only know the Commodore 64 as the system. I think Daisy and I talked about it. Because I had the handheld Commodore 64 thing. Oh, well, am I not spelling this right?
Mm-hmm.
Commodore 64. Doesn't exist.
I don't believe it.
Here we go. This one?
There, yeah, that's the one right there.
Oh, this is definitely not.
Yeah. Yeah. I had that. Mm-hmm.
What are all the little boxes and things on there, on like the sides of the buttons?
Oh yeah, you could make like it was kind of like ASCII art kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, man, this just triggered memories for me. By the way, like some of the programming stuff.
What kind of stuff were you programming? Like, what would you
like? So I made a so I drew out a flow chart for this and everything. It was a Star Wars game, and it would because I would access like the audio chip and everything. I made R2D2 noises, like so it'd be like a choose your own adventure kind of thing.
Okay.
So like I remember, like I wish I could had this documentation because it would be great to go look back at. But like it actually, I put the flow chart out and it like would follow this flow chart. It's pretty rudimentary, but it was as a kid like.
Yeah, you're like
I was like, this is super cool.
Like I'm making a game right now.
I made a game. I mean, you can go make R2D2 make noises.
How old were you when you would you be when you were making this?
Let's see. About probably 8, 9, 10.
Wow. I remember like playing video games, but never having the idea in my head that like this could be a job. You know, like you could people do
9
this.
to 10 weeks ago, yeah.
This was yesterday. How's the rock talk going? It's going well. We've done a lot of talk about rocks.
Right.
Yeah. I never thought in my head like. Did you ever have anything like that? Did you ever like want to like make video games or work?
Oh yeah, that's what I went to school for at first. Like I went
really?
to college for like video games. Yep. I was gonna program and like, but like the stuff I learned all like changed just as I was doing schooling for programming, and I'm like, I realized like I researched it, and like programmers, like they get cut off their jobs after they finish their job and have to move and find other stuff. So I'm like, I don't want to be a programmer.
Yeah.
That didn't sound very stable to me. So
no, any job in entertainment is definitely not a stable job.
Right.
It's constantly independent contracting. I wanted to, but when I graduated, there were only about 1,800 game program jobs. 200 kids at my school wanted to do it. Oh yeah, terrible odds. Yeah, it's. Have you ever tried like building like an app for like Android, or have you ever played around with that stuff?
Not really. No, like just not really. No.
Yeah, I don't know how. I have no idea how difficult it is to make a game. Yeah, I don't know how like.
It'd be too much time. Like I don't. Yeah. I don't know what that would look like for me. Like what would I? What solution would I be trying to fix with an app, or what?
Yeah, I feel like it's such like a bigger gamble these days. Where like if you're not catching that lightning in a jar, you know, you could spend 5 years making a game and then you put it out on the market and like just nobody sees it. You know, it's like I didn't even like, did I even do that? Like, like I need a Flappy Bird, I need a Doodle Jump. And like, how do you? I think it's like anything in the entertainment industry. Like even like with at least with streaming, I'm like, I'm doing this now. I'm live. I'm creating. I'm having conversations with people. Like for me, streaming is more interesting than like just doing YouTube videos. Even though like the live stuff is like you need to be there right now. Like even growing up in the industry, like I always migrated more towards theater. Like I like the theater, the instant reaction, you know, having to go there and do it live.
Right.
And film was always like, okay, I could spend X amount of time working on and editing and doing all these things and making this video. And even now more than ever, I feel like it could just not be seen in terms of like just how much content's being made. So I could see that being the same for like wanting to make a game.
It'd be neat. Like there was a short time I was in talk with some folks that were interested in trying to do something, and it's just like I don't know. I just feel like you really got to be devoted to it, and then to count on other people to be devoted to it as well. You know, it's just kind of a
finding devoted people can be tough. But to me, like what drives me right now for anything creative is what am I getting out of it in the long run? Like what am I learning? Like what new tool am I putting in my tool bag that I didn't have before that could help me down the line with this and that and that and that. So if you're not going into a scenario where you're like, no matter what, like I'm walking away with something, maybe it's just you just really want the experience of doing it.
Right.
You're like, I've never built a game and put it on the App Store before, so that's something I want to do. And if that's the thing that drives you, then you're good. But it's you got to find that thing where it's like, what am I getting out of this? Because or I have to enjoy it. Because if you're constantly making stuff for other people, I think you're setting yourself up for failure. I think if you're like, oh, I have to make a Doodle Jump game because Doodle Jump is popular, but I don't like Doodle Jump.
Nah, I like to gear stuff towards something I would like to do or watch. So
there has to be quite a bit of give and take, I think, in any creative outlet where you're like,
sure,
I have to be invested to this amount, and then I'm willing to negotiate this amount for like what the people or the audience wants right now. Funnily, I recently started going to school for programming. Nice. Yeah, I imagine like if I went back to school, it'd be first just something computers in general. I feel like that's the only like safe like job security thing. As we just replace more and more things with computers. You'd be like, I could go to school and study something, but then what if a robot takes over?
Yeah, I've been playing through Detroit Become Human, and that's exactly what it's about.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Computers taking over everything?
Yeah. Androids, man. Taking over jobs. They took our gerbs.
They're taking them. What was it? I saw something recently about I wish I could remember it. where like it was another robot taking over a job. But I see stuff like they're teaching chefs, like robots, how to mimic the movements of a chef in a kitchen.
Oh, jeez.
And like the guy who's like doing the test with him is like, the chef is like so excited, like, look, it's making my meal, and like it's like that's exactly what I was doing. And I'm like, you dummy. Like you are actively replacing yourself as you're taking away your job.
What does his job become then? Like,
yep.
Like I buy the ingredients for the robot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know what I would do. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to talk about tonight? Is there anything else on your list?
Oh, what else do you want to talk about? Like, we got growing up, my mom owned a fish store. We can talk about maybe some fish stuff.
Sure.
I don't know if you want to talk about fish.
Yeah, we can talk about fish.
I should have tied that into the wildlife treasury cards moment. That would have been a good segue. But
she owned a fish store?
Yeah, my mom and my aunt together, they owned a fish store. And so they would sell, like, pet fish, aquarium fish. We would have, and that fish right there behind your head right now is exactly one of the fish I want to talk about.
This one right here?
Yeah, the lionfish.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's a lionfish, also known as a turkey fish. If you played any Animal Crossing, you may have caught one of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we had 180-gallon fish tank in our house, which is a pretty big saltwater tank, and we had one of those, and he was about 1.5 feet long, and he's poisonous. Spikes, the spines on the top are poisonous, venomous, poisonous.
Okay, just the top part.
We can go look and learn about that. I don't know.
Whoa.
But he loved my mom, and he would follow my mom around when she would walk by. Venomous.
The zebrafish is a venomous coral reef fish in the something family that I can't read. It is mainly native to the Indo-Pacific region, has become an invasive species in the Caribbean Sea as well as along the east coast of the United States and the East Mediterranean.
Yeah.
So
we brought him over. So as a 11-year-old, 12-year-old E-Rock, I had a 30-gallon saltwater tank that had a dwarf lionfish in it as well, and it was also a poisonous fish.
Wow. So we just like feeding it other fish?
So this the lionfish would eat goldfish. But we trained ours to also eat these pellets, which was already processed stuff.
Okay.
And so like that would prolong their life if they would eat other things than goldfish. It was great that he would eat those. So
how long were these did you have these fish?
I don't remember how many years. Like time's weird, right?
Yeah.
He was around a long time.
Like 10 years?
I don't think he lived for 10 years.
Okay. Lionfish venomous dorsal spines are used purely for defense. When threatened, the fish often faces its attackers in an upside-down posture, which brings the spines to bear. However, its sting is usually not fatal to humans. Did you ever get stung?
No.
Oh.
No, he never stung. My mom would have her arm in there and do stuff. He wasn't scared of her or anything, so he would never.
The venomous humans will experience extreme pain and possible headaches, vomiting.
Yeah, it was
difficulties, but
it's not. Like I just found it. I just think it's interesting, like that my mom would let me have a poisonous fish in my tank as well. Like, what is that? Not poisonous, venomous. Let's use the right word here. Mine was a dwarf lionfish, so he's a lot smaller.
So that one was like 1.5 feet.
So this one would have been only like maybe he got up to about 4 or 5 inches, but I don't know if they had, maybe they do. Dwarf lionfish. He looked maybe, yeah.
He looks like a goldfish that like reached its final form. It's like a goldfish Pokemon.
Wow. It's hard to judge that size right there of how big it is, but he's a decent size, but he didn't get as big as the the 1.5 foot one. We went to like the Toronto Zoo and they had lionfish there, and they were like, "Yes, this is about as large as they get in the wild, and theirs were smaller than ours." And I'm like, "No, oh my God, no, they get bigger."
Wrong.
Actually,
Yes, this one says like they get up to about like 7 inches in length.
yeah.
Pirate when one.
Yeah, that's the dwarf one. Yeah.
When
Yeah,
one
I
of
don't
my
think-
nieces was little, we asked about what the fish says, and she responded with fish. Fish say their name.
Fish. Well, Pokemon say their name, so. Well, some of them do.
That's true. Yeah, my mom had. I think my mom had a 30-gallon, but hers was freshwater aquarium. How long did your mom own the fish store?
I'd say they probably had it for about 10 years or so.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had all kinds of things like newts, and we had freshwater fish and saltwater fish, and I always liked the Bacosimus fish, the sucker mouth catfish.
Oh yeah, catfish.
So it's sucker mouth catfish.
Yeah.
I think if you look up that, it'll bring up.
We always had one in our tank too.
Bacosimus.
Yes, sucker mouth catfish.
Yeah.
This one.
Yes. Yep. That's it right there. Those guys were super cool. I liked these guys.
Yeah.
They clean the algae off the tanks.
Yeah. My mom always had one in the tank in its mouth,
Yeah.
but you just see it like up against the front of the tank and see the teeth just like going like, going like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. God, right there. I loved those.
These little bottom feeders. We always had
Yeah.
my mom, I think what I always got to put in the tank was a little frog.
Mm.
It was a frog. It was like it stayed in the water. Like it was every once in a while, my mom would let me get a frog. They only lasted like maybe like a year or two.
Okay. Yeah, we had newts. They were kind of like salamanders.
Like aquarium newts?
Yeah, N-E-W-T. N-E-W-T, yeah. See if that's in it. Yep. Them guys.
Wait, these?
Oh, yeah.
That's cool. How big did these guys get?
Different styles of these, yeah. They probably got up to probably about 6 inches long or so. The problem with those they would get out sometimes.
Oh. Yeah, the frog would jump out if we were trying to clean the tank.
Yeah.
My mom, we always had to make sure we like covered part of the thing with like a giant book or something so that he wouldn't pop out. But the frog always wanted to like if you were feeding the fish, it would want to jump out. Did those jump, or how did they get out?
No, they don't jump. They kind of climb. They get dry on the side, so they can grab it on the side of the tank or whatever you had in them, and kind of find the filters, a little small tiny hole, and they get out around the filters. And you should have a special aquarium for them, probably, so they can't get out. But they were cool.
I had a snake for a bit. And we had to just keep stacking more and more books on the top of the tank
just
to keep
make
it
sure.
from lifting the
Oh God, it got strong.
thing out. Yeah, because it would get out.
Oh God.
Yeah, I had it for maybe about 2 years.
Oh
But like
man.
every once in a while, my mom would be like, "Okay, so the snake got out, and we don't know where it is."
Oh.
You'd be like, "All right, I'm coming home." Like. Time to find the snake and add another book. You know, you're just like,
War and Peace. Here we go.
Yep, War and Peace. Another copy of Tolstoy.
All right.
Here we go.
Was it To Kill a Mockingbird? What was the one where they collected all the To Kill a Mockingbirds or something?
Oh, I don't know. Aquarium frog. I don't know how to find the one that I have.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I had a saltwater tank too. So like before, like you're finding Nemo or whatever, I had a sea anemone with a clownfish and a royal blue tang and all that stuff. Like I had Nemo in my house before Nemo was even a thing. And then came out, then I felt really weird about fish stuff because everybody wanted fish, just because of movie stuff, and then I don't know. It gets weird.
Do you have an aquarium now?
No.
Yeah, my mom still has she's always had an aquarium.
Mm-hmm.
She has one, and my brother has one, but the rest of us kids, I don't know. It's like, to me, it just seems like a lot. It seemed like a lot of work.
Yeah. Yep. They're neat, but
having to drain it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
water changes and
this is the kind of frog I
pH
have.
balance and all the stuff. Okay.
Oh yeah, I imagine this salt water is there's a lot more that goes into maintaining that.
We definitely had frogs like that. I didn't have one personally, but they had them at the store. Definitely.
Yeah, this is the one that I always wanted. Whenever my frog died, I was always begged to get another one.
Yeah, but all your common stuff that people wanted, like piranha and like groupers and aggressive fish like that, people wanted them.
Beta fish, is that what they are?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yep.
Did you ever get to feed the piranhas?
Well, yeah. Officially, that was a job before I had a job. I did stuff for that at the store.
I don't know how to spell
It wasn't really a job. It's doing stuff for my mom.
There we go. That's the spelling.
Piranha.
Piranha. What would you
They look kind of unassuming, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Look like when if I were to draw a picture of an old man fish.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what it would look like.
Get off my lawn.
And then what were you feeding it?
I don't remember what they ate.
Pieces of raw meat?
Probably,
I don't know what you would
I don't remember what they ate.
Crazy.
I know that a lot of things would eat like guppies or goldfish, but that gets expensive maintaining the supply of live feed. So you try to get them to eat other stuff.
Yeah, with the snake, they would try to get you to stay on frozen mice for as long as possible because they were cheaper. But like once you fed your snake like live mice, then they never went back to the frozen again.
Oh, they're like, it's just
was the thing.
Nature kicks in and it's like, I want that.
Yeah, it's like now the frozen mice don't mean anything. From what I've read, they are big babies. They're easily scared. Piranhas are easily scared.
Piranhas are Oscars? Maybe piranhas.
They're Oscars?
I could see that. They attack in a school, right? So they don't attack by themselves. Pretty sure they have their...
They have like herd mentality or whatever. They're not
cool. Probably, yeah.
Need to be together. There's their teeth.
That's serious teeth, though.
Yo. So what? Go ahead.
Did you ever go fishing? Did you ever do fishing?
My grandpa took me fishing once. And I was like a little kid, probably like 8 or something like that. And I just remember being bored, so I never did it again. I was just like, I remember struggling with getting my casting, getting it out there. And he really wanted me to get it, so I would try it a lot, and I'd get like maybe like 1 out of like every like 20. And then we would just kind of sit there, and it was just catch and release. So I think he caught one, and then it was just like, okay, we got to put it back. And I'm like, okay. And then like, I don't know, I never really got into it.
Yeah. Young Erock was a fisher until like he had to buy a license. Once he got that old, he stopped fishing.
How old do you have to be to get a license?
I think it was 16 in Michigan. 15 or 16. I think it was 16.
Were you like out on a boat, or were you just like going to like local bodies of water?
All kinds of fishing. We would go out on a boat in the Great Lakes, catch salmon, trout.
Were you doing
catfish, perch.
Were you doing like big net stuff like this?
No, fishing poles usually, or if you're on a boat going for salmon, you're trolling. It's boring. You have poles in the water, and you just drive go real slow.
So you're just like casting multiple poles, and then just
there'll be like 4 out in the 4 lines out.
Okay.
Behind the boat, or however many you can rig out without crossing lines and stuff. You just kind of go around where you think they're at. You can catch some big fish though. There's some big salmon.
Yeah. What's the biggest you caught?
Can't say. No, there's we caught a real big something.
He's like, every time I tell a story, it gets a little bit bigger.
No, it's a big fish. No, this is pretty big salmon. That's I don't know the weights or anything anymore. This is 30 years ago.
Are these ones where you would take home and eat, or just like?
Oh yeah, we would definitely. The salmon fishing in a boat. Yeah, that's for food for sure.
Okay. Because we used to go crabbing. Well, we could go crabbing.
How do you crab? What is that even? What is that?
Our crabbing was you'd have a wire crab cage, and it was on a little like a pressure thing. So when it hit the bottom, it would release, the sides would fall down. So you would have the main frame, and then the little four sides would drop, and we would tie a raw chicken drumstick
into the middle,
hang it down, go to the dock, drop the thing in, tie it to the dock, and then you'd go out like in the morning and drop it down, and then in the evening time, probably around like 5 or 6, you would go.
They get trapped in it, kind of thing.
Yeah, they go for the chicken thing, and then when you lift up the cage, the sides would come up, and then you would just lift the cage out of the water, and then you would have your cage of crabs. Yeah.
So they'd all hang in there eating it, or during the day, or whatever.
Yeah, you would you'd like if you had a big enough cage, and you could sometimes you put like multiple drumsticks in there. But I think the most we pulled up was probably like 6 or 8.
Oh.
In a cage.
Huh.
You have a long string with a chicken part on it, but I didn't use the cage. Yeah, I've never done any sort of crabbing that didn't have like that'd be just like lazy fishing. You're like, all right, I'll see you later, and then just come back and go. Some days you'd come back and you go, I got nothing, or like we got like 2. We went in shallower water from the boat and throw the chicken down on a string and wait for a tug. So you're just doing like one at a time. Apparently the guy who played Falcon pulled an alligator gar out of a river while he was shooting Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. He said he tied the line to his truck and pulled it out.
Whoa.
Jeez.
The line didn't snap?
Oof. Yeah, but yeah, have you done any crabbing or anything like that?
No, we don't have crabs up here.
Oh, that's true. That makes sense.
There's big fish though. Sturgeon. There's someone caught one in the river here that was 6 feet long.
Wow. Cause I know like locally here, I'm always like, what is the seafood around? Because I'm in Minnesota, so I'm like right next door, pretty much.
Yeah.
And they always say walleye is like their
that's
their go-to.
The walleye put up a good fight. So for the fisherman, it's it's something they fought for. Plus they taste good.
So it's a difficult fish to catch.
They put up a fight. They're fun to catch.
Yeah, everything here is I find is walleye. I mean, you have like salmon on the menu, but like walleye is like the fish.
Yeah, everybody wants that. It's a pretty mild fish.
That and sunfish. Is that sunnies? That's what they call them. Did you ever have that? Did you ever catch that growing up? Sunfish. Oh, this is giving me locations.
It could be there.
I want the fish. Every once in a while, we would have like a special at work, and
Sunfish Lake.
And it came with like sunnies.
Oh, bluegill.
Oh, maybe.
Do they taste good? We always throw
bluegill back. Yeah, it's referred to as bream, brim, sunny.
Yeah, those are no good. We get rid of them.
Those are what?
We never eat those.
Okay. No one was ever excited about sunnies.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'd be like, and what is it made from? And you'd be like, oh, it's like sunny cakes or something like that.
They're fun to catch. There's some ponds around here that we went snorkeling with, and there's a bunch of bluegill. That was pretty cool. They would come up to you. They were curious. Them guys, yeah. The perch are the ones you would want. That's a better whitefish.
Okay. So do you know how to do the whole like scale, descale, debone.
Yeah, I've done it all.
I'd
have to I'd probably have to YouTube it again. It's been so long, but I've done it all. So like, it'd just come right back. How to clean them and do all that stuff. Yeah.
If you like went to the deli and you're like, I'll take the whole fish.
No.
And then take it home and.
No, we're pretty lazy now. We won't even buy salmon with skin on it. Like, give us everything without the skin.
I just imagine you buying the whole fish, going into the kitchen, and then being like that guy from Beauty and the Beast. No, Little Mermaid. This is like, le poisson, and like just like cutting this fish up. That's how I imagine you cooking.
Right. Save the guts for the women.
Yup.
What?
Hold on, huh? Any other things you want to talk about tonight?
Oh, I don't know.
Run me through. Do you have anything left on the list?
Yeah, we kind of hit him. Like fish, like I don't know, camping, fishing, all that stuff. I'm in Michigan. That's kind of what we do here: fishing, camping.
I've never gone camping.
No? Oh,
no.
Wow.
I've always wanted to go. I mean, I grew up like in the DC area. You don't really camp around there. And then Florida, I lived there for a while. The most close I got to camping was like in LA, but that was like just hiking. Like we never stayed overnight or anything. But that was like the closest to like an area I lived where I'm like, yeah, people would go camping here. But
it's a hell of a typo, Bunny.
Oh man. Wow, buddy.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I've never gone like full on camping.
Oh man, camping's great. Camping's about the right there, that fire, hanging around that fire, drinking beverages, and just talking about the Wiki-Wednesday kind of stuff, like whatever you want to talk about. Like seeing satellites up in the sky going by. Do you think that's a satellite, or do you think it's UFO?
Yeah. I'm fascinated. Like as a kid, it never occurred to me to like want to go camping. It was just like but now I totally am. Especially now that I look at like YouTube and you see those people that are like going off the grid a lot.
Oh yeah.
And like living it. Like I went through a phase of like 6 months where I was just following different people on like their little. There's this one couple I found that all they had was a tiny little Astro camper that was maybe like 6 feet long. And
just watched one of these like 2 days ago, no joke. Like half-hour video of this guy that's just he's in the river with all these. It's like a flotilla of his stuff.
Yeah,
anchored down, just like this is where I live. Solar, water, plant stuff.
Yeah, it's now like, and I look at that and I'm like, oh, that's totally what I want to do. Like I'm constantly in this battle of like, yeah, I want to keep like creating content and going down this like creator journey and like do some really cool stuff. And then the other half of me is like, cut it all off, grab a tent, go in the woods, see you later. You know, there's like that sort of Could you go? How long do you think you would last on like Survivor Man or something, or like some sort of like last man standing Survivor wilderness thing?
I don't think I have any interest in doing that.
But could you be like Moss on the north side of the tree? We're going that way. These are the kinds of mushrooms I can eat.
I could navigate, but eating would be rough.
No,
it'd be rough.
Like I can turn this into a tourniquet and make a.
I mean, they put me in the woods. I could probably find my way somewhere else out of the woods, but but I'm not going to stay there to eat moss and stuff.
I like the idea. I'm not going to learn how to survive in the woods. I'm going to learn how to get out of the woods to survive. Like, oh, okay. Beaver, just eat the other survivors and you win.
Right.
If you get hungry, there's other people there, right? We camped a lot when I was a kid, mostly at campgrounds on a lake. Then doing field work, I'd stay at nice campgrounds on like yeah. I went to like one campground, but like we basically like stayed in a cabin. Like it wasn't build a fire or anything like that. But I would.
Yeah, my folks have a house in Florida, so like my stepmom stays down there during the winter, but she drives up and she stops at like she stays at 2 campgrounds on the way up just to kind of split it up and split up the drive and just kind of something to do.
So instead of a hotel, a campground?
Mm-hmm.
I've never thought about that. I assume that you just be like, okay, I have like a cot or a sleeping bag in my...
Cheaper, yeah. A night, super cheap.
How does that work in terms of like, does everyone have like a lot or something that you're renting? Or like what, or is it kind of like a free-for-all?
You get a space. Yeah, most of them have a space. There's some that have like weird community overflow areas, but there's different kinds. Usually we stay at like state ones, but there's different types of campgrounds. There's like, you know, like KOAs or whatever. I don't know what you guys have around you, but there's different campgrounds that are not like state run.
But and then is everyone like in the same general area? Like, are you kind of, or are you spaced out? Like, are the lots like right next to each other?
If it's a nice campground, you might be somewhat closer to other folks. Yeah, the lots are a certain size, so you can aim your car to kind of block yourself from seeing the other people a little bit, kind of thing. And
like, in my head, what I'm thinking is like, all right, they have this plot of land. It's kind of painted out like a parking lot. Here's your space is the size of this parking lot right here.
Some are nicer than others.
And then the next person is like right there. They're in that parking space. And like,
but sometimes people are camping for that reason because they're having beverages and everybody's around their age and whooping it up a little bit more than they probably should be, you know?
Oh, true. I didn't think about like just like noise pollution.
Yeah.
And trying to get other people to be like, all right, it's like 1 a.m.
There's
like,
different rules to that too. So if you're at like state ones, they'll come around and do the whole shush thing.
Okay.
Like it's a new middle finger.
The shush.
Yeah.
You don't want to get shushed. Do you have a lot of camping equipment? Is this something that you do regularly?
I mean, yeah, we have a tent, but we've recently, like, our group of friends now, we just rent a house somewhere. We've just kind of, you know,
we Airbnb it.
This was just last year before the pandemic stuff, but yeah.
We're supposed to get a nice Airbnb in a nice downtown area city, and we'll just say we camped. We'll make s'mores one time over the gas stove.
Yeah.
And we did it. We camped. Technically, yeah, I guess that would be camping.
Yeah, so I guess, yeah, it's probably not going to happen as much anymore, especially with like what's happening now and like public restroom stuff. I'm like, I don't want to think about that.
I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I don't know the public restroom stuff.
Yeah,
that's something I'll look up. Yeah, it's definitely crazy times. But yeah, there's a big movement. I'll find myself on YouTube watching people turning conversion vans into tiny houses all the time.
Oh yeah, tiny house stuff's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, if I were to do it, would I want like a tractor, a separate trailer? Would I want like, and I always end up with the same thing. It'd be, I want a tiny house on a lot hooked up to water. Like, I'm like, okay, I don't think I'm really tiny housing anymore. I'm pretty much just buying a plot of land and just putting a tiny house on it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like, and then I see people turn vans into it, and then people have like hooked up showers inside of them, and like I love seeing how people lay out the inside of a van for like living space and
like maximize the space, just like
like
folding up things and folding something down, and now it's a new space. It's like, oh wow, okay.
It's like the kitchen, and now if you just slide this out and lift it up and pull this drawer out, there's a queen size bed, but that's your couch during the day, and there's the TV.
The kitchen. Hold on, let me move over to the living room.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in the living room.
Yeah. I mean, to be, if I'm being honest, my apartment isn't too far off from that design already.
Right.
Like my apartment is maybe like 500 square feet.
Okay.
It's a 1 bedroom, but it's literally like, okay, and now I'm in my kitchen, 2 steps.
Yep.
Now I'm in my living room,
Yeah,
2 steps. Now in front of my. So I'm like, it wouldn't be that much of a lifestyle change to do something like that. But I would probably also be dead in a month.
You'd have to give up your air fryer. Do you have an air fryer?
I do have an air fryer.
You. Can you live without it now? Or is this air fryer for life or what?
I am very pro air fryer.
Okay.
It does get a fair amount of use for like especially for like reheating things. I don't technically like cook a lot of stuff in it, but I don't own a microwave.
Oh.
So my air fryer is my microwave. I haven't had a microwave in probably about 10 years or so. So I was heating up everything on the stove. I was very like heat up on the stove and in the oven kind of person. Did Cold Stone have some kind of microwave cult thing? Because Daisy doesn't have a microwave either, and I'm wondering if there's some kind of did something happen at Cold Stone? Guys, we have to end the stream now. I have to go.
Really, I can't tell you.
My cat's falling asleep. The internet is down. I gotta sharpen my spoons. Bye. I don't. Yeah, I used the microwave growing up, but then I kind of became anti-microwave.
Okay.
Like in like my early 20s, and I haven't owned one since then. So I've lived in places that have had microwaves, but I haven't had access to a microwave in 10 years, but I probably haven't used one in probably closer to 15 years.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Yeah. Yes, I love air fryers though, because they just use hot air. There's something about zap frying with microwaves that always just made me very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it doesn't do everything so great. You got to know how to do it. Ours has like built-in programming based off of what you want to warm up. It's got like super science or something, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I'm like, I trust the stove with some heat underneath it. That I know. So, so I'm like, I'll just do it that way. But the air fryer, it's kind of, I've had it for a year and it's chugging along. Like it makes some noises now when I use it. But if you've never owned an air fryer, it is a beautiful piece of machinery.
Is it loud? So yours is loud now, but was it loud before? Like you wouldn't have it right next to your stream setup, would you? Asking for a friend.
I'd say it's not. It's asking for a friend. I'd say it's not too loud. I think I could have it like maybe like 2 feet away, and you wouldn't be able to hear it on stream. Yeah, you could make.
Okay.
You could make some snacks on stream if you want.
Tough to clean.
No,
Cleaning.
No, it's a drawer that you pull out, and it's basically just clean the drawer. So it's a 2-piece. The drawer pops out, and the little like grate comes out of the bottom, and then you just wash those and put it back in.
Oh, all right.
So yeah, they're super easy. Great for heating up like French fries and stuff.
You just stop using the oven now, or is that?
I use it for things like heating up French fries, or like if I want to heat up a roll or something. If I'm like making a sandwich, I'm like, oh, I want to heat up the bread a little bit instead of like heating up the oven and waiting 10 minutes for it to get to like 350 and then put it in. Like it's more like you put in for 350 for 3 minutes and you're not having to wait that long. So mostly for that. So or like reheating, like if you had like any sort of like chicken tenders or something like that, or like I want it to be crispy. It's gonna definitely give you like a crispier reheat. Mine is like a wire cage, and the wire is difficult to clean. The basket is tough to clean, but there's different models and stuff. The one I have is it's super easy to clean. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you when you go camping, are you someone who like cooks over the fire?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally.
Like
no, we bring a microwave, so
there we go.
There we go.
I think the only thing I would trust myself cooking over fire would be like a can of beans.
No, we would plan out meals. So there's like always a hot dog, always hot dog stuff.
Oh,
and then we have those like hobo pie makers, whatever things. So you always make hobo pies.
Hobo pie maker?
Oh, look that up.
What?
Oh my dude. Yes.
Hobo. How do hobo pie maker. American Pie, list of Britannicas.
No. What's another? What else do you call them? What's the real name for them? Sounds dirty.
Yeah, those are good. The pie maker things. Mountain pies. That sounds like bear.
It's called like.
When I think mountain pies, I think cow pies, and then
pie
I think
iron. Pie iron.
A pie iron.
Mm-hmm.
This?
But not electric. There's.
Like, what's the
right there. Those things.
Oh.
But not better than the aluminum ones.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, the cast iron ones are great. But so you'd put your bread, you butter bread, put bread, and then whatever kind of stuff you want into bread. So like you could make a, grilled ham and cheese or whatever. Riot likes Rocky Mountain oysters, so he has a hobo pie with those.
Where are you getting your oysters from the woods, Riot? I wouldn't. After you go oyster hunting, you gotta shoot them and chuck them and.
You can do you can make like muffins, like little pancake thing. Yeah, there's so you just kind of manage the heat by flipping them over back and forth. And man, you can do like dessert ones with like pie filling and stuff.
See that
they're pretty awesome.
Like
Usually what happens, we're going to talk over each other.
I'm going to hold. I'm holding. Go ahead.
Okay. So we'll usually go camping and have these things, and then after camping, we keep them out for a while and make pies on the stove. Like we'll keep making them. So like the camping extends into normal life for a little bit.
Because I had a friend who had one of these.
Yeah, so that works, like a panini maker or something.
Yeah, and I loved
that work too. It doesn't have the same. That would probably be more ideal for home, right?
Well, yeah, but like that's so the other thing probably came first, and then they were like, you can probably do this at home.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Like my extent of like camping knowledge is like, you have a sleeping bag, you build a fire. I could make s'mores. I could make hot dogs. I could maybe cook a can of beans. If I found a way to suspend the beans over top of the fire, but I don't know how I would do that.
We can do breakfast. We'll do scrambled eggs and sausage.
It sounds like I should camp. Yeah, it sounds like I should go camping. And then that would be such a knowledge gain for me, because I'm like, I was a city boy. I'm
City Slickers 3.
Yeah. I've always lived in cities. I have to document the whole thing and be like, they call these hiking boots. They seem a little thicker than my Converse tennis shoes. I think I would learn a lot from going camping. Because I would never. This makes total sense to me, but I never would have pictured this.
Yeah, I know. Like Team Nedge was near my neck of the woods camping at one point. I was like, "Whoa, that would have been fun to hang out." Right?
Yeah, because I know Nedge goes hiking, camping quite a bit. Her and Rex do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never been.
Man, it's fun.
That'd be fun, but it also feels like one of those things where, like, if people camp, they're extreme about it. Like, you accrue like equipment over time, and then people have like their backpacks, and they're like, okay, I need my this and my that, and my coffee maker, and my underwear, and my like. To me, it seems like a very intense thing to like walk into and want to be a part of.
It's a lot. We overtake we take way too much. We take more than what we ever really use, probably. But. Okay. And like even like you take whatever, but there's probably a market pretty close to wherever you're camping that you could just go get what you're missing. So like, don't worry about it too much.
Okay. True, because I feel like even the people that I watch that are like off the grid, they'll be like, "Well, I'm vlogging right now. So and so went into town to get these things, and then they'll be back."
Yep.
But that makes sense. I mean, you're not really like you'd really have to work hard to get in the middle of absolutely nowhere. I think that would be fun.
It is.
And for right now, it would be perfect.
You get enough group of friends. Yeah, it'd be hard now, but I don't know that I would want to go right now. But yeah.
Well, I mean, it's something you could do with social distancing.
Yeah, you can be careful with it.
Yeah. All right, this is our community fire in the middle. Go use the fire, and then next person go use the fire.
Yeah, I'd just be concerned more about like the shower situation and bathroom stuff. Because there's like community stuff.
You never like hang a drip bag from a tree and then just shower from the.
I have done that, but
from the drip bag.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be like,
I've done it.
You'd be like, done.
It's not ideal. Solo showers are not the best way to go.
Oh no, I can't.
It's not a great experience.
I don't think that's a long-term solution.
No.
No. It'd be kind of funky after a while. What kind of places have you camped? Have you
pretty much
any like favorite like parks or anywhere you would go?
Pretty much all over Michigan. So so the popular ones in Michigan are like Ludington or Tawas or state parks. So it's Ludington, yeah, Michigan down there. I see it. So there's a park there.
Ludington State Park.
We got a lighthouse on it out there.
Have you been to this lighthouse?
Yep.
Nice.
That one's quite a hike for me though, but it's across the state. But I like one called Tawas State Park. This is my favorite.
How do you spell that one?
Tawas.
Tawas State Park.
Could have been maybe Point. Yep. That's the one.
Oh.
Yeah. That's my favorite one. It just has a really, really big beach and just a lot of nice walking on the beach, and it's a nice
you ever go birding?
Touristy town thing.
There's birding here. Do you ever go birding?
No, not really. I mean, I looked at the birds when I was there. If I saw birds, I would witness them.
I can identify one. If you put one in front of me, I can go, that is a bird. Yes. That is not a bird. That's the extent of my birding. That's a big
there's a bunch of nice ones in Michigan. Yeah.
Yeah. Is this one closer to you? Are you Are you in the mid? Do you live in the mid area?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Sure am.
I know there's a lot. I don't have a car in Minneapolis, and I haven't since I moved here, so it's been almost 8 years now. But I now I want to get one just because I hear there's so many great state parks and stuff in Minnesota. Like, I've been basically confined to the city mostly, unless someone takes me somewhere. I like the not owning the car, the responsibility of owning a car, but there is a freedom that comes with owning a car at the same time.
Yep.
Like the trade-off is.
Sleeping Bear Dunes is nice.
Minnesota's rather scenic, yes. Wonderful. Is there any last subjects you want to talk about before we wrap it up?
No, I think we wrap camp. We can break camp here and pack things up and
good.
Yeah.
Everybody grab a s'more for the road.
Get ready to head back home.
Well, thanks for hanging out with me tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It was real fun.
It was fun getting to know you more.
Yeah.
And if you guys are not following CaptainErock, please give him a follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do this stuff on the twitch.tv/CaptainErock. We pretty much every day except Wednesdays and Saturdays. So it's 9 a.m. till 4 p.m. Okay. And there's now YouTube content scheduled 4 times a week. So.
And is that dedicated YouTube content?
Yeah. So it's separate content for YouTube for now. I don't think I want to cut my stream content for it. Maybe at some point, but
yeah. Are you youtube.com/CaptainErock?
Yep.
Excellent. So yeah, thank you, Leech. Give him a sub over there. Give him a follow on here. He's doing a lot of variety stuff on here. Are you still doing your acapella streams?
You know,
Does
it's
it still happen?
Weird times. No.
Okay.
Like, I'll do the ones that we have done already, but my process needs to change. Otherwise, DMCA stuff. So I'm trying to find a new way, but I don't know what that looks like yet. So
my buddy does live learns on this. He's a pianist. And when he does it, like if someone suggests a song, like he's just listening to it himself in his headphones.
Right.
And you can like barely hear like his audio, and then he'll be like, okay, and then he'll just play it because he knows he can't play both. So he just kind of does like a hold on, okay, yep, all right, and then play that part. So I don't know if that would be like an option.
Or delete the mods, but I just kind of want to avoid it altogether. At some point, they're going to grab them live, and I just don't want to.
I think what I'm hearing is a CaptainErock original album will be dropping soon. Start diving into those OGs.
Oh my gosh.
But give him a follow. He's one of my favorite streamers to watch. It is always a fun time. I'm always busting out laughing. I love his video clips. I love your Be Right Back setups with your running stuff all the time, and it's always a great time. He's always pulling out. He's one of the streamers I feel like is always finding new little things to do on your stream. You're one who I feel like is like constantly learning and constantly pushing, and like, okay, I can do this now. What can I do with that? Oh, I want to play with this thing, and then I can figure that out, and then I can like do this little thing.
There needs to be more of that. Like we've only scratched the surface with that kind of stuff. There's going to be more stuff down the road. Thanks for having me on here. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, I think come and hang out again sometime. And I thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your night. I've done a few of these now. I think this is like episode 10 or 11 or something like that. You can find out. You can find all the episodes from my past Wiki-Wednesday segments on YouTube. They're all there. I've had a different guest every week. And yeah, I think that's it. I think we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, CaptainErock. And we will have a good night. Thank you to my executive producers, Adjective Beaver, Lead Show,
see you later, pal.
and Mama Roo for being awesome people and helping me out
at the highest level.
If you like what I'm doing on here, whether it's the crossword streams I've been doing during the day or the creative streams I'm doing at night, or you want to support me as a content creator in general, Patreon is a wonderful way to do that. And here's some other awesome people who are helping me out in that way, including Gordo, who was here tonight, Darkside, who was here tonight, the Rusty Panda, who was here tonight. So thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate it. Thank you to my moderators, Daisy Days, the Gordo's Back 55, Gavos the Green, Licho, and the Rusty Panda for being awesome people and making this a safe place for you to hang out. If you're looking for more variety on the platform, check out Daisy Days and the Rusty Panda. They are both variety content creators on this platform. In fact, I'll be hanging out with Daisy Days on Thursday night, so come hang out with us and check out our little co-stream thing that we do. Thank you to my creative team, Darkside, 082, and Sleek Mouse for being awesome people and making this a great place for your eyeball holes to look at. If you're looking to support Sleek Mouse outside of the platform, check out Sleek Mouse on Instagram. Give them a follow and some hearts. All that love. We're working on a new segment, and I saw Sleek Mouse's stuff right before I went live. I don't know if he's still in the chat right now, but I love what you've done, and I'm excited to add some more elements. So stay tuned for that project. And last but not least, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Ooh la la. That's not the one I wanted. It's this one.
I'm Dumpleping.
There we go.